we've seen leadership models based on personal traits, individual behaviours, and the roles that leaders need to fulfil. Another approach relates to the way that we lead. That is, the style we adopt. You will find many articulations of the different styles that leaders can adopt. Perhaps the most common and the most solidly researched is a simple set of 3 leadership styles. First, we have the authoritarian, autocratic or directive style of leadership. Here, the leader has a source of power and uses it to direct actions, to make choices and decisions, and to set performance standards. Second is a democratic or shared style of leadership. Here, the leader shares decision-making and the setting of standards with their team. And third is the laissez-faire or genuine style of leadership. Here, the leader leaves the team to manage its own work, giving them the autonomy to make its own choices and being available merely to provide the support and guidance they need if they need it. Whilst this can look like the leader is just letting the team get on with it, used properly, this is not about abdicating responsibility for the team. Servant leadership, which we will look at properly in another video, has very much this flavour to it. However, I really like the book The New Leaders by Daniel Goleman, Richard Boyatzis and McKee. And in this book, they set out a list of 6 leadership styles, which we're going to look at in this video. Number 1, commanding leadership style. This matches the authoritarian or directive style that I've already mentioned. It demands high levels of compliance and so is most suitable only in certain contexts. The most common of these are either in times of emergency or crisis, or in cultures where there is a strong preference for a Theory X style of leadership. That is to say, people want to be told what to do. However, the commanding style of leadership is very rarely appropriate in business and commerce, particularly in Western cultures. There is a very real danger of misuse. Too much use of a commanding leadership style can overrule the attention that leaders need to play to relationships and the quality of developing their staff. This can lead quickly to demoralised team members and, as a result, reduced levels of performance. Number 2, pace-setting leadership style. This style of leadership places the leader's capabilities and enthusiasm and confidence and commitment right to the fore. It sets high standards that can inspire and challenge a team. But when overused, it can also exhaust and demoralise the team. Done well and with a highly motivated team, it can be a great style to adopt when your team is under pressure to deliver. Overdone, however, and it can cause your team to burn out and serve nothing more than your leader's need to be a hero. Number 3, democratic leadership style. This matches and shares a name with the democratic or shared style that I mentioned earlier. It's a great style to use for harnessing all of the potential of your team to solve problems and to make effective decisions. It's great for building consensus and generating a shared commitment and a sense of responsibility. Number 4, affiliative leadership style. I read this as an aspect of laissez-faire leadership. It puts the focus on creating a climate where the team can manage itself. It does this by connecting team members and encouraging respect, care and collaboration among the team. For a high-performing team, it can create a powerful culture from day one. But realistically, it's more likely that you will develop this style of leadership as the team matures and grows in its self-confidence. For a good team going through tough times, this style of leadership can help the team to heal itself, to resolve its own conflicts, and rebuild its own emotional connections. Number 5, coaching leadership style. This one is for me another aspect of laissez-faire leadership. Its focus is on developing each person within the team for the future. Leaders do this by providing tailored support and guidance for each individual in their team. While their focus is on this, they can let the team get on with doing its own thing, whilst maintaining a responsibility for the outcomes. Number 6, visionary leadership style. By sharing a clear vision and a goal for the team, and motivating the team to want to achieve this, we are in a sense moving full circle back to an autocratic leadership style. Here, the leader's vision is paramount, but it is very much a benevolent and purpose-led approach to leadership. It sets a direction and it answers the question why. But to pull it off, a leader needs to have a high degree of self-confidence, but also a willingness to let the team figure out its own solutions to serve the how of their vision. Note that there are elements of these styles that will echo when we look at other approaches to leadership, particularly transformational leadership, in a video that I'll be producing shortly. The styles to look out for in transformational leadership are the coaching, visionary, and pace-setting styles. There are a number of books I recommend on leadership, but perhaps my favourite of all is The New Leaders by Daniel Goleman, Richard Boyatzis, and Annie McKee, and not just for the different styles it sets out, but for the approach of leading with emotional intelligence that is embedded in this book. I do very much recommend it, and I'll put a link to the book in the description. Please do give this video a like if you've enjoyed it or learned from it. I'll be making loads more great management courses videos for you, so please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you don't miss any of them. I look forward to seeing you in the next one, and in the meantime, keep learning.